Hey everyone, welcome back to Trilogy Tech Talk. I'm Rena Santoro and we are in New Orleans for the Sc14 event. I'm here with Dan Duffy, who is the HPC leader for NASA Goddard. Dan, how you doing this evening?
Doing great. This is a lot of fun.
It sure is. So, what is NASA bringing to HPC Sc14 this year?
Well, NASA does a lot of research in a lot of areas. So we talk about aeronautics, space exploration, looking at our planet, the solar system, and we apply HPC to all of those areas. And you'll see it in our booth. We have demonstrations and talks that cover all that, including research on supercomputing itself.
So, and what are you guys showcasing? I know you guys had a few demos earlier, a few hours ago. So what are you guys showing?
So you're going to see demonstrations that look at the next generation space launch system and looking at the acoustical simulations, using HPC to understand the acoustics, make sure the launch vehicle is going to be safe and very efficient. You're going to see climate simulations, some of the highest resolution climate simulations being run in the world. Fantastic, beautiful images of understanding carbon and moisture and how it's going to propagate through the planet. You're going to see research on quantum computing here as well. And we've been looking at the D-wave and understanding, not just now, but what's going to happen 10 years from now with computing and how we're going to use these quantum computing to look at the problems that we're looking at right now. It's great stuff.
So NASA is obviously making a huge impact on the HPC community.
We hope so, and we think not just the HPC community, and that's why we showcase ourselves here, to share with this community who's the HPC leaders what we're trying to do and what we need, our requirements for the future. But we're making a huge impact, I think, not just on the research, but on the world, with a lot of impact on what's happening with our climate and the changes in the weather and the changes that we're expecting over the next many years, what's going to happen with the climate. So it's really, really interesting.
And speaking of the climate, I know the climate's always changing. NASA is always upgrading. So how are you guys stepping up your game all the time? I mean, NASA is a big deal.
It is. So this past year, both centers, the one at NASA Ames and the one at NASA Goddard, have both major upgrades. So we're both putting in, continuing to expand our systems with new Intel Haswell processors. NASA Goddard is going to integrate about 47,000 Haswell cores by the end of this year. NASA Ames is integrating, I think, about 27,000 cores approximately. So it's a major upgrade with new Intel processors. We're also looking at the GPUs, continuing to look at GPUs, look at the Intel PHYs, understanding where they're going. We're also interested in continue to be interested in quantum computing, where it's going on, but also maybe some ARM technology. So not only are we upgrading our systems with traditional HPC Intel processors, but we're also looking at what's happening with the new technologies in the world and how that will affect HPC applications in the future.
All right, thank you. And Dan, how are you holding up in New Orleans?
So it's only the second day, so I'm holding up pretty well. You should ask me that question in a couple days.
I know my feet are already hurting.
I'm not doing too bad, but by Thursday I'll be ready to go home.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dan, and have a great show.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.